In staffing, next topic is selection. Selection means, we know that already, selection is a process of identifying and choosing the best person out of large number of a person from large number of candidates for a job. So towards this purpose, the candidates are required to take a number of employment tests and also interviews. In this selection test, each and every stages, many candidates are eliminated and few only selected to the next stage. The selection process, it is starting from the screening of, totally there are 8 stages in the selection process. First stage in the selection process is preliminary screening. Second stage is selection test. They need to conduct different variety of test is to select the candidates. Third one, employment interview. Fourth stage in the process of selection is reference and background check. Candidate, they need to give a reference person and background detail is to check and verify the candidates. Fifth stage in the process of selection is selection decision. Sixth one is a medical examination. Seventh one is a job offer. After job offer, the company will issue a contract of employment. This preliminary screening, it helps to eliminate the unqualified or unfit job seeker based on the information supplied in the application form. Now, different types of selection test we will see. Under selection test, first type of test is an intelligence test. Normally, the selection test they are using by pen paper or by using some kind of exercise is to measure certain characteristics of individuals. First type of test is intelligence test. This test is psychological test. It is used to measure the level of intelligence of an individual. This test, it indicates the person's learning ability or it indicates the ability to make decisions and the judgments. Next one is aptitude test. This aptitude test is used to measure the individual candidate's potential for learning new skills. This aptitude test, it indicates the candidate's capacity to develop in the organization. Personality test. This test, it provides clues to a person's emotions or the person's reactions and the person's maturity system and value system, etc. This personality test, it proves to be the overall personality, and hence designing of this test, implementation of the test is very difficult here. Trade test. This trade test is used to measure the existing skill of the individual. The trade test measure the level of knowledge and proficiency in the area of profession or in the area of technical training. There is a difference between a trade test and the aptitude test. Aptitude test is framed to measure the individual potential for learning new skills, and the latter, the actual skill is possessed. Last type of selection test is interest test. Every individual has passionation towards some job. This interest test is used to know the pattern of interest or to know the pattern of involvement of a person. Next one, employment test. This is a third stage in the selection process. This employment interview is basically, it is a formal one only. Interview, basically it is a formal one. In this employment interview, there is an in-depth conversation is conducted to evaluate the candidate's suitability for the job. And also, in this employment interview, interviewee and interviewer, they are performing a role. So what is the role of the interviewer? The role of interviewer is to seek information, and that of the interviewee is to provide the same. In present times, the interviewee also seek information from interviewer. fourth stage in selection process is reference and background check. For the purpose of verification, for the purpose of verifying candidates' information and gaining additional information on the applicant, they are asking the applicant name, address and telephone number. Each and every candidate, they have to give a reference person. Basically, they can use previous employers or known person or teachers or some university professors can act as a reference person. Next one, selection decision. Before coming to the selection decision, a candidate, they have to complete a different test, interviews and reference check. If they completed, if they passed in all these test, interviews and reference check, then only they will attend the selection decision. In the selection decision, whose views they will consider mean generally concerned manager views they are considering in the organization for the final selection of a candidate. Why they are selecting the manager's views for final selection of the candidates mean because a manager is responsible for the performance of new employee. Once if they select new employee mean for the performance of the new employee, the manager only responsible. That's why they are giving final selection authority to the concerned manager in the organization. Next one, medical examination. After completing the selection decision, before the job offer is made, the candidate is required to undergo a medical fitness test. Whenever in that medical examination, they declared the candidate is fit is to do the task or the work means after getting a fitness certificate from the medical examination, then the company issue a job offer to the candidate. Once the candidate completed all the previous stages mean, then after completing the medical examination, company is providing job offer to the candidate. The job offer is provided through a letter of appointment. So, this letter of appointment, it contains a date when the candidate they need to report to the duty. That is mentioned very clearly, and same time they need to give a reasonable time is to report for the duty also. Last one, contract of employment. Once candidate accepted the job offer, then the company they have to prepare a document. The document, attestation form is the first document that is very important to the company. This attestation form the company they have to prepare. This attestation form is a valid record for the company. Same time, this attestation record, it is needed is to prepare a contract of employment. And next one, the basic information that it should be included in the written contract of employment. So, while preparing the written contract of employment, the basic information is a very important one that it should be included in a written contract of employment. The basic information, it should be mentioned very clearly, but the basic information that it vary from one job to other jobs in the organization. The following checklist they have to prepare with the heading. First one, job title of the candidate, duties and responsibilities of the candidate, date of employment, rate of pay, allowances, hours of work, rules regarding the leave rules, sickness rules and grievance procedure, work rules, termination of employment. With these following headings, they have to prepare a checklist.